Marvel's 2012 film The Avengers is one of the most iconic and popular superhero films out there, and 76248 The Avengers Quinjet is a tribute to that epic movie. This set was released in 2023, retailed for $99.99 US, and contains 795 pieces and 5 minifigures depicting important characters from the 2012 film. The build features many screen-accurate details, which we'll explore later on in this video. Before we do that, however, let's take a look at the impressive minifigure lineup. This set features 4 of the original 6 Avengers. We'll start off by taking a look at Iron Man. This is the Mark VII Iron Man suit, which is the suit that Tony Stark dons when he is thrown out of Stark Tower by Loki, and uses throughout the subsequent battle. This is the first time the suit has appeared in full since 2016, so it's great to have it back. It features superb printing in red, dark red, gold, and silver, as well as a printed back. The helmet is the newer 2-piece combo that was introduced in 2022, and looks fantastic. You can also swap his helmet for an included hairpiece, which resembles Tony Stark's hair in the film quite well. Tony features a double-sided headprint depicting his face, as well as his heads-up display. This headpiece has been used on minifigures of Tony Stark for 6 years now. Iron Man comes with Power Blast elements for his hands, as well as Translight Blue elements to attach to his feet, which actually combine with the set in a neat way. Captain America is next, featuring his suit from the Avengers for the first time since the original sets released alongside the movie. This is a far more detailed version of the suit, featuring his iconic red, white, and blue colors, as well as dark red hands, which is unique to this suit among MCU caps. He also features the helmet mold that was designed for his character in 2019, which I prefer to the old printed helmets. The downsides to this minifigure include a lack of dual-molded legs to depict his bright red boots, as well as the washed-out face print which is common on minifigures like this. I do wish LEGO could find a solution to this problem, and I know I'm not the only one. Cap comes with this iconic vibranium shield, printed on a dark bluish-gray shield piece. Black Widow appears in her jumpsuit from the film. Ideally, this torso should be dark gray, but the black is still very fitting. The torso is highly detailed and features accurate front and back printing, as well as printed arms depicting the shield logo and her Black Widow's bite bracelets. Her hairpiece resembles her hair from the film, and the headpiece originally designed for Jyn Erso works well in depicting Scarlett Johansson's likeness. This minifigure would have been absolutely perfect with printed legs, which she does feature in 76269 Avengers Tower and 76290 The Avengers vs. the Leviathan. Even though they don't feature in the 2012 film, Natasha comes armed with her baton weapons. The last of the 4 included Avengers is Thor. This minifigure is featured in a couple of sets and has both good and bad things about it. The hairpiece is very good, and I definitely prefer it to the alternate one in Avengers Tower. The torso is also very good, and is an accurate depiction of his Battle of New York look, with those pearl dark gray arm pieces as well as a printed back. The lack of leg printing here doesn't bother me as much as it does on Black Widow. The head and cape, however, are where this minifigure could be improved. I'm no big fan of this headpiece, it just doesn't look or feel like MCU Thor to me, at least not Phase 1 MCU Thor. I do like the alternate expression though, featuring a battle-ready face with lightning-charged eyes. Additionally, this cape piece is a little off-putting in my eyes. It only features one hole, and so it hangs off the back in a weird way. Also, being a spongy cape, it looks a little too bushy near the neck area. LEGO's been using this variety of cape far more frequently in recent years, and I hope that they return to using the more traditional starched fabric cape more frequently. Thor comes armed with his iconic hammer, Mjolnir, as well as a lightning element. Personally, I would have preferred this set to have included this part, which could actually attach to Mjolnir and is featured in other MCU sets, as opposed to this piece, which can only be held in a minifigure's hands. Rounding out the minifigure selection is Loki, Thor's adoptive brother and the main villain of the film. This minifigure cuts a striking profile with the cape and helmet elements used. The cape is the same piece as Thor, colored in green, and the helmet is the same piece that has been used for Loki minifigures since the original sets in 2012. His helmet can also be removed, and replaced with a fitting black hairpiece that was originally designed for sequel trilogy Luke Skywalker in 2018. The torso printing is excellent, and the detailing for his complex costume continues onto the back and the legs. This combo of torso and legs can also be found in the aforementioned Avengers Tower and Avengers vs. Leviathan sets. The headpiece resembles Tom Hiddleston's character well with his mischievous grin, and features an alternate expression depicting the Asgardian collar that he wears during the ending scene of the Avengers. Ideally, I would have liked an angry or frowning expression for Loki, as he's not smiling the entire time during the movie, but the headprints are stellar nonetheless. Loki comes armed with his scepter, which is of course a very important object throughout the movie, and it's made using an elvish sword element originally designed for LEGO Lord of the Rings. This set replicates the first version of the Quinjet that we see in the MCU, and does so extremely well. The build is larger than I thought it would be upon completing it, measuring 13.5 inches long, and a wingspan of 13.5 inches with the wings extended. The model is honestly more swooshable than most Star Wars sets we own. Before I get into all the positive features this set has, let me mention one negative. This set comes with two sets of sticker sheets, one depicting the SHIELD logo, and the other featuring the Avengers logo. Controversially, the set also included only one set of bricks on which to put these stickers. I know stickers are already a contentious subject for many builders, and each sheet here contains an astonishing 22 stickers each. The graphics are quite nice, but it's really annoying to me that you don't have the option of easily switching out the sets of stickers. Also, the instructions only include the steps for the Avengers version of the stickers, and requires you to download the LEGO Builder app to attach the SHIELD versions. In the end, I opted for the SHIELD design, because that's what's seen in the film, and I wanted to go for accuracy. As you can see, the graphics do look impressive on the vehicle's hull. The nose of the craft is constructed nicely, and caps off the rounded cockpit section, consisting of a nice variety of trans light blue viewport pieces. The topmost section hinges open, revealing a cockpit that can hold up to 2 minifigures. A third clear part can be seen on the top of the craft, allowing a tiny glimpse into the main hold. Thankfully, this entire roof section can hinge open for easy access to the surprisingly spacious interior. A total of 6 chairs line the main hold, and can be used to recreate the scene where Thor boards the Quinjet to confiscate Loki, near the middle of the film. The rear hatch of the craft hinges open like in the film, and features a pair of accessory racks, containing a wrench, binoculars, radio, and a pair of handcuffs, the latter of which can be used to further recreate the movie's ending scene with the arrest of Loki. 2 jet engines are positioned at the back of the build, featuring a number of the set's stickered elements, as well as excellent shaping through wonderful parts usage, and printed turbine pieces on the back. The wings look fantastic, especially the front with all those slope parts, as well as the sticker usage. The gap in the middle of the wings allows a view of the aircraft's adjustable rotors, which can tilt back and forth on this model. The wingtips are also adjustable like in the film. An included angular plate allows you to attach Iron Man to the wing, as if he's flying alongside the jet, which is a nice little extra feature. A pair of clips are positioned underneath this section of the wings, and while they may just be built into the set as a buffer for these shell pieces, I find them ideal places to store Natasha's batons when not in use. The underside of the model also features several other fun details. 2 sets of landing gear deploy from the back on click hinges, and a third set folds down from the front underneath the cockpit. All 3 sets stow back up for flight, and the back area of the craft features an open space in the side hull that the wheels fit into nicely. Also, near the front of the set, a small turret folds down and acts as the aircraft's only weapon. The Quinjet seen in the Avengers is less heavily armed than those seen in, for instance, the Winter Soldier, so this single set of weaponry is perfect. It stows easily back into the underside of the fuselage when not in use. As you may have already seen in this video, the model comes with a sleek display stand which slides perfectly into a square-shaped opening in the model's underbelly. I'm not sure if this is intentional or not, but there are spaces for 4 of the minifigures on the stand, so you can easily display them here, while the 5th can go in the cockpit. Also, the slightly tilted angle that the stand is built at allows you to pose the Quinjet at different angles, allowing for some dynamic options for displayability. The Avengers was a massive movie and one of the most successful films of all time, and this set really is a tribute to that epic and fantastic film. Aside from the annoying sticker situation, this set is fantastic. The build itself is, quite frankly, stunning, and captures the shape and features of the 2012 Quinjet excellently. The minifigures, though not without issues, really are great, and serve as a great starter pack for anyone's Marvel, MCU, or superhero collection. One thing that I have noticed about this particular set is that it's definitely more geared towards display rather than play, as evidenced by the included display stand and the lack of any shooting projectiles like stud shooters or spring-loaded missiles. However, that doesn't mean that this isn't a fun play set, what with the ensemble character selection and the fully detailed interior. In the end then, this is an incredible LEGO set, probably one of my favorites in my collection, one that bridges the gap between display and play. It's sure to bring some nostalgia to those who went to see this film in theaters when it was released, and I cannot recommend it enough.